picking a booger out of my nose. Hold on. Holy shit. Ooh, ew. God damn. Stuff happening all the time. So much stuff. All right. Let's see what we can figure out today. Change my chair now, everything is fucked up. Come on. I need to get a better solution for this camera. Holy shit. It's so ass. Come on. It's literally just standing on a thing. Like. And it's like I got like a box. It's literally like a shitty social game, you know, it's got like some cards and shit. But it's an unopened package, and it's got plastic on top of it, and the camera is just sitting on it, and it's slippery as shit. So it's like literally the single worst setup you can possibly have. Anyway, let's load, because that's gonna take 20 minutes. Oh, yep, we're gaming for a while. Gaming until I have to work at midnight. Yeah, I'm meeting with one of our artists, and he's from Australia, so the time zones cannot match. It is what it is. But it will be quick, I think. We're just touching up some art, managing some color tones and stuff. It probably won't be a big deal. So I set them up. I'm just gonna trust that I was doing the right thing when we stopped. So hopefully that is true. I got some Viola tea. Haven't had that in a while. Burner drive. I don't think that's what we want. Burner drive. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, this is actually not bad. It's got 69 kps, which is like 4 times as much as the pulsar drive. And it also has a 24x combat thrust. And the thrust is pretty decent too. It's got a 13 rating, 108,000 newtons. Maybe this is worth researching. Burner drive. Amplitron drive. Fission reactor array. I think we should get that. Oh, what's this? Freistaat Union. Germany gains a claim on Brussels, Prague, Copenhagen, Kaliningrad, Amsterdam, and Vienna. I think we actually want that. This one, Hungary gains a claim, but like, if you're playing Europe and you absorb Hungary, you should get these claims too, then shouldn't you? This game is so unpopular on streams that finding on Twitch is like an achievement for me. That's fair. It's a very difficult game to play, to be honest. I don't blame people for giving up. 20 kps. Molten salt fission reactor. I don't really necessarily want that, but it's cheap, so maybe we just get it, just in case. Plasma wave drive. Quartz drive. I think this is also obsolete. Rapid shipbuilding is probably good. Repair bay, salvage bay. I don't know if I really want that. But I do think like the repair bay probably good. Like these are probably not bad. Remass scoop. It's a Jovian planet. A gas giant. Looks good. I think I'm making a hydrogen based drive, but I'm not sure. Solid core fission. Don't know if I want that. Tungsten resistojet. There's so much in my favorites list, I don't even know what I want there anymore.
Securing our interests.
Securing our control. Offering support.
Going off the grid.
So, I'm right now trying to unite Europe. And I'm struggling to build some ships, but I'm like giga behind
Target destroyed.
in regards to shipbuilding because I don't know what I'm doing. Is this the Menace Killer? No, this is the Xenonauts Killer. UFO crashes on Earth in Europe.
Our associates are now in charge.
Took Bulgaria. Did we take what did we take? Molten core fission reactor 2 finished. Teardrop drive. So now we want the vapor core, I think. Could I make that? Or do we have to wait? Molten salt fission. Okay. Let's see. We're making a cavity drive. So we need a vapor core fission reactor. And that just needs time to unlock. So what do we do in the meantime? Fission reactor array, maybe. Tier 2 space module. Something cheap. Hungary gains a claim on Sarajevo, Bratislava, Cluj, and Zagreb, maybe. But I don't think this one doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe some of these matter. Let's do this one, whatever. I'm just not sure. Because I think the EU can take, like, everything here. I just don't know what the fuck Sarajevo is. I don't. Geography was literally my worst subject in school. Mainly because I didn't care. I just couldn't give a fuck. Czechia confederate with Slovakia. I'm not so sure they want to do that. No, Czechia wants to federate with Russia. That's what we want to do there. We can unify with Slovenia this turn.
Your orders? On my way to the capital.
What's the up? Ready to go.
Ready for my mission. Where do you need me?
Acknowledged.
We took Bulgaria. I'm now 2 above. Croatia. We could take Serbia. We would only be 10 above or something. It wouldn't be that bad.
I'm here.
Let's take Serbia.
Targeting the opposition.
Because I think we might,
Standing by for orders.
when we unify now, we might not need so many points anymore.
Gear up.
May or may not. You never
Standing
know.
by.
Protecting our interests.
Securing our interests.
What are you up to, sudden cringe? New Navy launches in the UK. Oh, nice. Svenska armén has arrived in the Riga region. Of course. Yeah, I think we got an alien boy here.
Mission complete.
Unify with Slovenia. Yeah, that reduced our points there by like 7. Which country did you start the game with? Peru?
Score one.
Nothing really? That's fair. Sometimes you just gotta chill. But I have since lost Peru, or rather, I abandoned Peru. Then I went with Sweden. And then I started expanding out from Sweden. Now I'm trying to get a new drive, but I'm having trouble getting there. Compact solid core fission reactor. Oh, we need that for nukes, apparently. The Kiwi drive. Kiwi drive is ass. But that's because it's a hydrogen drive, I think. I imagine hydrogen drives are just worse in general, but they're cheaper to run. Nemesis nuclear torpedo. Alright, so we should research this. Compact solid core fission reactor. Base defenses online.
Our people have taken control.
Okay. We have Serbia. Well, we have half of Serbia. +3 on steel project, +3 on sabotage project. I don't really care that much about these. New project available. Solar mirror array. All right.
Standing by for orders.
Actually, let's go back and just advise, like the EU.
Offering counsel.
At your service.
Standing by.
Ready for orders.
Defend Serbia,
Ready for my mission.
and she doesn't need to do anything. So you go and investigate this
We'll
guy,
see what
whatever's
they are
going
up
on
to.
there.
Where do you need me?
Where to?
Stacy continue to take Serbia,
We are taking power.
while
Ready to
Roxanne
go.
Ready
goes
for my
and
mission.
assault aliens.
Standing by.
Bobby go and surveil. I don't really know exactly what surveil does. I feel like it just makes these guys pop up on the map. Which I guess is kind of useful. I don't really know what the range is. If it's just like one area and its neighbors or what. It kind of feels like that's the range, but I don't really know what the mechanic is.
Protecting our interests. Offering assistance.
Eyes up.
Gas core fission reactor 3. Wait. That's not the one we want, I think. There is like a gas one. But it's a different gas one. It's the vapor one, I think. Hungarian Irredentism. What the fuck is this word? Irredentism. One second.
Irredentism.
Irredentism. A policy of advocating the restoration to a country of any territory formerly belonging to it. Okay. A laser engine. Nanotube filament or radiator. I don't think we need radiators that much right now. Gas core fission reactor 3 leads to a Pharos drive. And the Pharos drive is... it's kind of ass, but it's also not. It's got a really bad exhaust velocity. Well, it doesn't. It's not bad. Like 25 kps, I guess is decent. And it's got a good combat thrust. 16x, 14.2 million. And one of the major things is that it doesn't use fissiles. Because we are, again, giga low on fissiles. So a gas core fission reactor 3, I think is worth researching. Because not all of our ships need to be fissile. Like, we can have some that are. We got alien abduction. Space defenses online. We are now able to undertake the Great Europa project.
We are in control here.
That's gonna take like a year to finish. No, it's probably gonna take more, like 3 years to research. I imagine it's super expensive. Compact solid core fission reactor. Finish that. What about this one? Leads to nothing. Molten salt fission. Is this just useless? Complex but efficient. It doesn't use up very much fissiles. I think that's the benefit of this drive. Specific power. I don't have any reference for the power. Like, I kind of have a reference for the drives now, so I kind of understand them, but this, I have no fucking clue. So, a Pharos drive needs 13.4 gigawatts. This produces 420 gigawatts. This is many times more than this would need. However, this can only use a gas core fission drive, while this is a molten salt core fission drive, or a reactor. Molten salt core fission. So what engine would this go with? It's so complicated. I feel like whatever drive used this should just come after this in the... like, why not? I think this just powers whatever uses any. Because there's plenty that use any. So that's why. But what could that be? Quartz drive. Gas core fission. No. Kiwi drive. Solid core fission. No. Drives. Terra Invicta drives. Salt. Yeah, there's nothing that uses assault drive. So supplies power when not thrusting? What does that mean? What do you mean supply? Why is the drive supplies power? What does that mean? When not thrusting, always. I don't understand. What does that mean? Anyway, let's see. It doesn't say how much power it needs on this list. It's kind of... Let's see. So, the molten salt fission reactor uses 420, while a helicon uses 4 gigawatts. So it's basically like giga turbo overkill. But then the like lasers would also use up energy, I assume. Shot energy consumption 0.8 gigajoules. What the fuck is that? My engine produces watts, not joules. Yeah, I don't know. It's just impossible to understand. What are we researching? Great Europa, 50,000. When the game is too realistic to have fun. It's not that it's too realistic, it's that it doesn't help me understand it. Like, that's the issue. Like, I just don't understand what it means. And I don't understand, how, like, what I should be looking at. Because if the engine is, like, 40,000 times more powerful than what the engine need or what the drive needs, then what am I doing with the rest of the energy? And I just assumed it would be watts equals joule per second. Okay. It doesn't seem like the lasers would really matter then. At least not here. Yep, let's start research on Great Europa. It's gonna need to be like this or something. If this is ever gonna get done. It's gonna take 3 years as is for this to get done. Even like this. That's huge. What is this guy doing here? What are you doing?
At your service.
Why are there so many people here? Game isn't great at warning you about bad ship designs.
Eyes on the target.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that.
Ready for orders.
What's the
It's really just like,
eyes on target?
Ready.
it's so difficult to understand what,
Investigating
like,
target.
Reporting in.
it just, anything just means.
At your service.
That's just my issue.
We're going in.
Your orders?
Like, it's the step to even getting to the bad designs that's just tripping me up. Cavity drive? We need this. Vapor core fission reactor. That's the reactor we're going for. Let's do that one. After something finishes.
Making things safe for our people.
I mean, we must not surrender ourselves to our terror. I could give up on global research and just let them have their way for a while. I feel like I have steered things quite well in the direction I want. But no, actually, you can't just abandon it. Because then you don't get the unlocks. We gotta participate.
Consider Mansa Musa, Mali's greatest emperor and perhaps history's wealthiest man. His African kingdom spanned over 1 million square kilometers, yet he achieved this not through conquest, but by bringing about a golden age of knowledge, construction, and culture. Chancellor Li Qingdao, addressing the UN Economic and Social Council.
They need to get a graph on the efficiency on drives. Something to visualize it would absolutely help, but it's honestly kind of the tech tree that's fucky. Because, like, if you're trying to figure out, because it's like on top of not having any clue what like one drive is compared to another drive, the only way to really look at them without googling and just like looking up at the wiki is in this spider web of a tech tree where everything is just scattered everywhere, and you can't filter or do anything really other than just use the search function. It's just really really cumbersome, and it makes it's stuff like that that makes it hard to understand, not that it's like complicated, to be honest, at least for me. Superconducting magnets, that's a good research. With the confirmation of extraterrestrial life, not to mention the stepping up of our efforts to colonize space, international borders have become an increasingly antiquated notion. It is vital that the planet as a whole, and not the most powerful nations and organizations, prospers as we greet this new dawn. Else millions of lives will be left behind. With that in mind, our economists and architects have drawn up a tranche of suggestions on how to raise up economically disadvantaged regions, and to ensure they will benefit from the wider march of progress. New trade and travel routes, like the Suez Canal, but on a far grander scale, are the most important aspects of this, as it becomes increasingly necessary to generate colossal quantities of resources and technology, then carry it from shore to shore with minimal delay. There are many who hope such developments will be the final stepping stone towards a truly united Earth. Whether individual nations and factions' vested interests will preclude this fond dream remains to be seen. The best sustainability value achievable by nations has improved. Okay. This tech unlocks new orgs to become available on the market. The following technologies may now be researched. White-collar automation. Okay. They chose superconducting magnets.
We've got some intel on our target.
You don't need all the drives? Yeah, I know.
I have new information.
We found its uniform. Counterinsurgency operation. +2 to stabilize missions. National investment points with directed oppression priority are increased. Nah. Sometimes it's more about what materials you can get your hands on more. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm trying to get a drive that doesn't rely so much on fissiles, because my galaxy so far is just dry. While performing routine maintenance aboard Defender, Sub-Lieutenant Hanin Abdullah, Damage Control Officer, was struck by an idea to improve our ship's effectiveness in battle. We have examined the idea and found it to have merit. As such, we intend to roll it out across the Resistance's fleets as soon as possible. Our ships take less damage from enemy weapons in combat. Our damage control teams conduct repair faster. Ships are built faster. Our ship's ECM modules will be 1% more effective in combat. I'm gonna take speed, ship building speed. It's only 1% anyway, whatever.
We have found something.
The game is kind of strangely balanced if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I can imagine, because I feel like a lot of the drives and stuff, and a lot of like early weapons, they feel like traps, like they don't lead anywhere. But I also feel like if you were to like get good at the game, so to speak, I feel like they would probably have some use, like getting early spaceships for, you know, space domination or whatever. But yeah. We have lost the legislature control point in Bulgaria. How dare you? The alien leaving you alone mostly because you aren't doing that great at it. Yeah. I think the game is more fun if you don't know what you're doing. Maybe. I might try again later. I think after I do this playthrough, I'm probably gonna play something else for a while, because this game takes like 100 hours to play one playthrough. But I do want to try playing it again with more knowledge. That's why I'm still playing it, because I wanna get to a point where I feel like I understand more broader, or have like a more broad view of the game, like getting into space and space combat and stuff a little bit. And then we'll see. This guy has to die.
Reporting in.
Instant assassination attempt. Okay, I have tons of ops, just max it.
Taking them down.
Reporting in.
Ready.
You just continue
Surveilling
examining.
target.
Where do you need me?
Ready for my mission.
Reporting in.
I need someone to
Ready.
examine this guy,
We'll see what they're up to.
because that'll scare him
Ready.
away. Hope they will fix the UX problems though. Everything you say about the game and how it's confusing is true. It is. It's one of those things like even if you do like the game, there's definitely like issues that could be improved on. But would anyone understand watts or joules? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of these menus and a lot of the space menus, like when you're building habs and stuff, could just be vastly improved by just having more tooltips. Because, like right now, if we go into a full tree and we look at like a Vasimir drive, the fact that I can't really click it and look at it here in any real way, I feel like they've done it to like avoid spoilers or something, but it means that I'm stuck just looking at like combat thrust. While in every scenario, I should be able to hover over like combat thrust, and it should explain to me what it is. Because that way you don't need to... Because I feel like it's kind of assuming that you are playing the tutorial and you like sat through and read every single pop-up, which is also not really a good philosophy to have, because that's a lot of fucking pop-ups. So I think that it's better to have like more like situational options to actually explain things, which is usually just a hover or like just some comparisons or something. Yeah, it took me like an entire stream or two with people here just explaining how things work before I really could figure out how it works. And now I understand how the drives work. Like it's not like that complicated, not in reality, but it's hard to understand it. It's hard to get to the point where you understand it.
Taking it to them.
There are too many people here.
Securing our control.
It's fun learning. It can be. It can also be very frustrating.
Person of interest surveilled.
Oh, he's dead. This guy's fucking dead. Molten core fission reactor 3. Do I need that? Maybe.
Problem solved.
Yes.
Permanent.
I like how they don't land their ships, they just crash land. Space facility sabotaged. Belgrade Space Center in the Belgrade region of Serbia has been sabotaged. The servants are behind the operation. Looks like they're actually starting to pay attention to what I'm doing. This is the first time they've actually done anything at all against me. Even the aliens landing here. Aden gains a one-time 20% increase in GDP. Djibouti gains a one-time 20% increase in GDP. Aden region now connected in Djibouti for friendly traffic. I don't know what that is.
Target destroyed.
We have found something.
Dodama, Lubumbashi. Oh, hold on. Something like that. Alliance ended between Moldova and Australia. The United States of America and the United Kingdoms have entered their alliance. Executive protection. Alien thralls. Yeah. I feel like that's like one of the first things you should be researching, like all the anti-alien things. And we'll see what happens here. Still need to...
On the way to the target site. What's the up?
advise Shanghai. We have some
On the way to
stuff
the
there.
target site.
Where to?
Standing by for orders.
Liberia. Oh shit, there's tons of stuff to fight.
Going in hot.
At your service.
Acknowledged.
Standing by for orders.
Who are these people? What are you doing in my nation? Let's go. Tallinn. Helsinki Tunnel. Tallinn and Helsinki GDP bonus. Okay, yeah, let's do that one. That sounds good.
Protecting our interests. I will help them.
Madrid gains a 10% increase in GDP. Rabat. We don't have Madrid yet. We will want that one though. Vladivostok. I think we'll want that.
I have new information.
Oh no, was he heading for my station? Oh no. Uh-oh. Hanshin. Hanshin was a Chinese Grand Commander, I think. Yeah. He served Liu Bang during the Chu Han contention and contributed greatly to the founding of the Han dynasty. See the things I know. Yeah, my station is fucked. But let's watch it anyway. Let's watch it get fucked. Can you go down? Oh, you have to look down? Follow this guy. This is cute. I like this. By the way, please tell me that you don't have to actually play the combat. Meaning that the ships play themselves. I hope it's all AI based. They're so slow. This is 15x speed. Now we're at a realistic space speed. Where are we? Is this Ceres? There are many ways to do combat in grand strategy games. Personally, I think Dominions is the best approach to combat for grand strategy games. If you ever played Dominions, I think Dominions is retarded, but it's pretty much like I think that's more or less how it should be. It should be like you have control over the grander strategy, and then the armies fight the battles themselves. Otherwise, it's gonna be too much. Because then it's just fun to watch what happens. But if you have to play like Total War battles all the time, it becomes like untenable. Yeah, low Ceres orbit. Man, that sucks. Ceres is my planet. Well, it's not a planet, but... Compact solid core fission, yes.
Target destroyed.
No matter what we do, no matter what we say, no matter how many appear to listen to us, mutual obliteration remains humanity's only endgame.
Yep.
Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, letter of resignation to the United Nations.
Spacecraft design is not standing still, and so neither should missile design. As the craft we encounter develop more resilient armor, changing heat signatures, faster maneuvering, and more effective countermeasures, our own ships need a wider range of possible respawns. responses, including more destructive payloads and faster yet less predictable missile movement. Ultimately, nuclear torpedoes may be required to overcome the largest and most well-defended ships. To facilitate this, our weapon engineers have drawn up a raft of proposals on how to evolve the humble missile for the next age of space combat. The following projects may unlock for us to research in the future. Hypergolic penetrator warhead missiles. Yes. He chose space commerce. Man, that's lame. But I guess that's what they like. Alright, now we just need to wait and hope that we get some nukes.
Recon complete.
Teardrop drive. What's a teardrop drive? A mist of fissioning uranium heats hydrogen propellant. It still uses fissiles, but it's only 0.05. Power use efficiency 75%. Pegasus drive. This is really strong for orbital combat, I think. I mean, I don't know really, but it looks like it. 16 kps exhaust though. Fission spinner drive. Molten core fission. Inertial confinement fusion reactor. Triton Nova drive. Oh. So what is the deal with this? Inertial confinement fusion. This is super strong. Is there a drawback? It uses hydrogen and gold. It uses buttloads of gigawatts, but it's super strong. 572 kps. Oh shit. I'm in the way. I just realized. And there's no good place to have this thing. But yeah, the Deuteron Nova Lantern. If you look at, like, what does it use? It uses 141 gigawatts. And the inertial confinement reactor produces 860 gigawatts. Specific power 2 tons per gigawatt. So but this is the smallest one, right? So the biggest drive might use more, but you can't look at the big drive here for whatever reason. Even if you do this, you can't. High temperature superconductors, neutronics, we're quite far away from this stuff. Magnetic plasma confinement. Yeah, I mean, this is like one of the last ones. For whatever reason, it just felt like we were close to that. Was looking at the teardrop drive, right? Then we went to a Pegasus drive. Fusion spinner drive. Hey. Whatever. Whatever. Alliance ends. Serbia and Australia. Okay.
Acknowledged.
I'm here.
Where do you need me?
Standing by. Eyes on target.
Where to?
Reporting
Kill some aliens.
Your orders? Going in hot.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Surveilling target area.
Making things safe for our people.
Securing our interests.
Lending my expertise.
Increase control point
Initiate
management
recon.
capacity. Yes. EV drive. Don't think we wanted that. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Surveillance complete.
Glasgow, Belfast. Yeah, let's set that one as favorite. Pine Island Glacier collapses. The remote Pine Island Glacier in western Antarctica is failing. Once it collapses entirely, the entirety of the western Antarctic ice sheet could begin to go. Our only recourse is to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases to bring the climate back to some kind of stable equilibrium. Global sea level rises by 20 centimeters. Increased frequency of severe flooding reduces GDP around the globe. Green line goes down.
By the numbers.
Vapor core fission reactor has automatically been selected for research. Next, moving towards the long-term research target, advanced cavity drive. All right. Let's go. I should... We should start production of more ships, right? Because right now I have a really dog shit fleet of orbital fighters. We have a fighting force of 158 power. I don't really know it's exactly what it's consisting of. Like, the monitor. Invalid refit. Yeah, this is unchanged, right? So, the monitor has 3 Artemis torpedo bays and a point defense. It's got an ECM, a tier 1 targeting computer, potassium heatsink. I don't know if it would need... Does it really need a heatsink? I don't think so. It should have magazine and targeting computer 2, I assume. Power plants. We're getting some new power plants here. But I don't. The power plant, I don't know if it even matters at all. For the drive. Because the torpedo bay doesn't use power. Doesn't use power. Doesn't use power. Doesn't use power. Tons per gigawatt waste heat. The point defense laser turret uses 0.2 gigajoules per shot. And it's got a cooldown of 5. How does that even work with the power plant? Because it produces 0.2 gigajoules. It produces it doesn't really, I don't really understand. Max output to drive 20 gigawatts. Hello, John. How's it going? $280 tons per gigawatt. Oh. What? Let's see. Drawing a bit of a Victorian lady? Sounds good. A power plant will have a stat called specific power that says, for example, 28 tons per gigawatt. What tons are we referring to? How does this work? How does the power drain of a laser cannon relate to the power output of the drive, especially since laser weapons state their power drainage in gigajoules and not gigawatts? I don't see what it says. But yeah, this entire thing should be retrofitted. It shouldn't have side armor at all. It should have some front armor. I don't know how much. I don't know anything about that. Don't really know which core to go with. I feel like whatever uses the least the gas core fission reactor 3 is more powerful and it uses less. Because the efficiency goes up. Are you enjoying Terra Invicta? I played it a bit before launch, but it didn't really suck me in. I kind of enjoy playing it, but it's also like... I'm just confused half the time, and I feel like if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you're not really doing anything, almost. Because this whole time, because I've been behind more or less the entire time, the AI has been ignoring the shit out of me. So I've mostly just been like expanding my borders, and that's pretty much it. So I've mostly just been staring at the map. And I'm just trying to get into space more now and become more viable there, but we'll see. Okay, so what is Grok saying? The tons in specific power, e.g. 28 tons per gigawatt, refer to metric tons of ship mass, specifically the mass of the power plant module itself. This is the standard mass unit used throughout Terra Invicta ship design. Propellant tanks are 100 tons each, crew is 4 tons per person. Crew is 4 tons per person? Wait, what is... what? Specific power is a measure of how heavy the power plant is for the power it generates. Lower is better. More advanced reactors pack more power into less mass. Okay, I kind of thought it might be that. But it doesn't actually list a weight. Just want to point that out. I don't know if Grok might be lying to me right now also, by the way. But like wet mass, if I slap this in here, it does go up. But it doesn't go up by a lot. Like, it doesn't even go up by... no, never mind. This is 7,000 tons. Okay, so it does go up by 25 tons with this. Okay. Let's see. How power plant sizing works. The game calculates the ship's total power requirement, gigawatt, as the greater of the drive's propulsion power requirement, the combined systems plus weapon average power draw. The power plant is then sized exactly to that value, or the minimum that its tech class can support. Its mass scales directly with that figure using the specific power stat. What if we... what does a laser look like? Railgun battery, railgun, railgun. I mean, sure, if we put some lasers on it there. It doesn't really list, like the ship performance, it doesn't really list any kind of... power plant must be the same class. Am I blind? It doesn't seem to really list some kind of power draw. Point defense maybe doesn't use. Energy? Let's switch to a Let's go to ship ship designer instead here. Not upgrade. We switch to destroyer, auto design it. Here now it has an electron lance on the nose. Shot energy consumption 0.4. Are you telling me that you need like a battery to use this at all? Is that what the battery is? Energy storage. Is that how it works? Like you need energy storage for weapons to use, and it can't like draw it directly from the reactor. Maybe, I mean, it would make sense to some degree, that being the case. Power drain of laser cannons versus power drive output, gigawatts. Drives need continuous power in gigawatts. This is calculated from thrust n x exhaust velocity x efficiency factors. The power plant must supply this steadily for acceleration. Lasers and most other weapons list energy per shot in gigajoules. This is not continuous power. It's the energy consumed each time the weapon fires. The game converts the gigajoule per shot into average power draw using the weapon's cooldown or firing interval. Required weapons power equals power used per shot slash divided by cooldown in seconds, or intrasalvo cooldown, whichever is smaller. Example from community testing: a laser that uses 1.3 gigajoules every 10 seconds draws 0.13 gigawatts on average. Like, why do you have to calculate this? Like, this is insane. Like, this is crazy. Why doesn't it just have it listed? It could just be like 0.4 gigajoules. It could just say parentheses and like a value. Does the electron lance not even have a cooldown? No, there. Inter-salvo cooldown, 30 seconds. Inter-salvo cooldown. Okay. But this is just kind of weird to me, because if that's the case, then weapon draw is literally negligible. Isn't it? Because 0.4 gigajoules, if you're firing every 30 seconds, and your reactor is producing... Okay, this one is actually only producing megawatts. Maybe it does matter with the ones I have. This one produces 20 gigawatts, max output to drive, 28 tons per gigawatt. So is it like... Because it's so confusing, right? Because it says max output to drive, 20 gigawatts. So is that literally just max output? Because I feel like that's just max output. Like, the to drive is confusing. Because it kind of implies that it's to the drive specifically that this is, but I feel like this is just max output, 20 gigawatts. Which then means that if your drive uses up 16 gigawatts, then you have 4 gigawatts to go. But if that's the case, like this one, then we're producing 4 gigawatts, which is four gigajoules per second, and this uses up 0.4 gigajoules every 30 seconds. It doesn't matter at all. Does every reactor have to drive in their stat block? I think so, yeah. Yeah. So the question is this something that just becomes like a thing later on, maybe? Because right now I only have a destroyer. It's really, I assume it's not really that big of a ship. So once you have like really huge ships, maybe you have like 8 or 10 or 12 hardpoints or something, and at that point you'll be firing a lot more frequently. Perhaps. Like this one, it has a 30-second cooldown, shot energy consumption 1.2 gigajoules. 30-second cooldown, 30-second cooldown, 4-second cooldown. Like here, the point defense lasers have a much lower cooldown, and they have a consumption of 0.14 gigajoules. And here, it would start adding up if it wasn't for the fact that I can only have one. And nothing else uses energy at all. In actual combat, every 0.5 second tick, weapons pull their full gigajoule per shot from aux power, a fast buffer plus batteries. If you fire faster than the plant can recharge, batteries drain, but every ship has built-in battery capacity sufficient for most short bursts. Heat is generated from inefficiency, 1 minus power plant efficiency on all power used. In short, the gigajoule number tells you energy per individual shot/burst. Divide by your fire rate in seconds to get the average gigawatt the power plant must actually supply for sustained firing. Size your reactor and radiators around whichever is bigger. Radiator. Cost per gigawatt waste heat. Tons per gigawatt waste heat. Oh, that's why a high fire rate laser battery might force a bigger power plant than a slow cannon, even if the per shot gigajoule looks similar, and why drives often dominate early game reactor sizing. They need steady gigawatt for thrust. Advanced reactors with low tons/gigawatts let you fit powerful drives plus weapons without the ship becoming a massive brick. So is it just that early drives just eat up a billion times more energy, while early weapons don't use up as much energy because they suck? So right now we're just looking at like a massive disproportion in terms of energy consumption and so hold on. I need to figure this out. Solid core fission reactor 3 says max output to drive 20 gigawatts. And let's say a drive uses 16 gigawatts. That should leave us with 4 gigawatts of output. Yet an electron lance only uses 0.4 gigajoules per shot and has a 30-second cooldown, which by the above logic basically means that weapon energy usage is literally irrelevant. What am I missing? Do weapon energy consumption go up drastically with tech, or do we simply get a ton more hard points? I don't know. It's very hard. Anyway, let's make a ship, maybe. Well, actually, we don't have a drive yet, do we? Pulsed plasmoid drive. What do we have? The Nerva drive. Dumbo. Basimir. Diana Super Heavy. Like, what? This one has 80 mil combat thrust. Let's see. Your calculation is spot on, and an electron lance really is basically irrelevant for power at that stage. The solid core fission reactor 3's max output to drive 20 gigawatts is the reactor's total continuous power output rating. The game just labels it that way because the drive is almost always the biggest steady consumer. Thrust needs constant gigawatts. Here's exactly how it works. Drive pulls its listed requirements continuously while thrusting. That leaves 4 gigawatts of the reactor's total output available to recharge the ship's auxiliary power. Batteries that weapons and some systems draw from. Weapons never pull directly from the reactor in combat. They drain the AUX/battery buffer for their full gigajoules per shot. Then the reactor tops the buffer back up at the available rate. Your electron lance averages 0.013 gigawatts while firing steadily. One of them uses a microscopic fraction of your 4 gigawatt leftover. You could literally sustain 300 of those lances firing non-stop. So why does power even matter for weapons? Two big things happen as you progress. Individual weapons get drastically more power hungry with tech. Once you unlock mid/late particle tech, ion, heavy particle antimatter, plasma cannons, single shots jump up to tens or hundreds of gigajoules, and cooldowns drop hard, often 1 to 10 seconds instead of 30 plus. A late game heavy laser or plasma battery can easily average 5 to 20 gigawatts by itself. One or two of those and your 4 gigawatt leftover is suddenly the bottleneck. You stack way more weapons. Bigger hulls plus higher ship classes unlock dozens of hardpoints. A proper battleship or dreadnought mounts multiple spinal main guns, broadside batteries, tons of point defense lasers. These fire almost constantly in real combat. Even if each is only a few gigawatts averaged, blah 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 blah. Bottom line, early mid-game... Yeah, okay. The gigajoule number only feel tiny because blah blah blah. So is a battery utility needed for laser weapons for non-missile based weapons to function at all? They should just build an AI into the game so you can just ask it. No, a dedicated battery utility module is not required for non-missile energy/kinetic weapons to function at all. Every ship comes with built-in power storage, a hidden/default battery capacity that's sufficient for most practical combat scenarios, especially when your reactor can keep up with the average power draw. Weapons like lasers blah 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 will fire normally using this built-in buffer plus continuous recharging from the reactor. Why is it hidden? Why is it hidden? Why doesn't it just say battery capacity on the ship? Why does it say 0 gigajoules? And then you can add more to it with the battery. Like, is this wrong? Like... Batteries are now mostly optional/resilience focused. They add extra capacity for longer bursts, or if weapons' average draw exceeds what the reactor can supply continuously. They provide backup power if the reactor/power plant gets damaged/destroyed in combat. Ships can keep firing for a while on batteries alone. Advanced batteries have high recharge rates, letting you sustain very high draw setups longer without draining. Very high alpha strike designs. Burst draw can empty even good built-in storage quickly. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ships that thrust hard in combat while spamming energy weapons. This game might be one of those games that require manual/guides. I mean, it has a tutorial, but it's hard. Like you basically need to watch a YouTube video on this, in my opinion. Like, I'm using AI to understand, but the issue with the AI is that half of the time it lies to you. So that's not always useful. And it might use like old info, but like ChatGPT lies to you constantly. It just makes shit up all the time. Alright, I think I understand. Let's wait until we get our new drive, and then, well, if we look at these, because these are my orbital ships, right? So this one definitely does not need a battery, like not even a little bit. It's got a point defense laser and it's got a rail cannon. So that's this one. But the question is the Electron Lance, because this is my destroyer. It's supposed to only be a couple of destroyers per fleet. The Electron Lance has a 500 kilometer targeting range. The rail cannon has 700 kilometers. Light rail cannon, 12-inch cannon. Right. We have 2 hardpoints only. So it's either a rail cannon or an Electron Lance. I think we'll use the rail cannon. And then we have hull weapons. Here, this is an Artemis torpedo bay. There's the Artemis. The Artemis is... it's got a targeting range of 1,000. Improved torpedo with an explosive warhead. Hydrolox torpedo with a fragmentation warhead. What does that mean? Fragmentation, 50% damage to armor. Explosive, 80% damage to armor. But it does a lot more damage. The Apollo does way more damage. The Apollo is the fastest missile, it seems like. Viper, long-range Hydrolox missile carrying a fragmentation warhead. Copperhead. These are really weak. I think it's the Artemis and the Apollo that really matter here. But I feel like the Apollo is just better. Hypergolic fuel torpedo with an explosive warhead. I was just hoping that one of them would be like a scatter or something, but I don't understand. Magazine 666. They're basically all the same, though. I mean, the Apollo is just better. Because it says explosive, right? Warhead explosive, 80% damage to armor. This one says fragmentation, 50% damage to armor. But this one has 13,000 millijoules of damage. This one has 2,000. So this one does 6 times more damage. Almost 7 times more damage. So even if it does less damage to armor, this is still more powerful. Right? And then we need a point defense. Arc laser turret. Utility, targeting computer. Potassium heatsink. This I don't understand at all. Because I can put like a heavy potassium heatsink on it, but it doesn't seem to really... I don't know if it matters. Heavy water heatsink. And then you have even more things here. So then the question is, the rail cannon has a mag of 240, but it has a cooldown of 45, which means it needs to fire for like a decade before it runs out. So having a magazine here might not really do that much, but At least it lets it fire more missiles. We have an ECM. We can reduce armor and only put it in front instead. Holy shit. With the cruise delta goes to shit when you put side armor on it. We can have max armor and it's faster. Max armor on the front and it's faster. Propellant tanks. Don't really know what that might need. Invalid refit. Batteries cannot be changed with other modules. Why the fuck not? Refitting is generally limited to replacing parts of a similar type. Okay, so you basically need to scuttle them if you want to redesign them to a greater degree. I feel like this reactor is just... We should be using this reactor instead. Gas core fission. It's just cheaper. It's better and cheaper, I think. Well, no. 150 gigawatts. 20 gigawatts. Yeah, it is stronger. 35 gigawatts. But this one actually costs more, I think. Okay. Invalid refit. Power plant must be same class. Oh. Ooh. That's rough. Well, it is what it is then. Wait, what just happened? Defender block 2. So it becomes a new thing. Here we have a Hector class. Oh shit, why does my Hector class have a fucking Dumbo? Is the Orion drive too big for the frigate? Huh? Why can't I pick it? I don't understand. Please, UI. Like, this UI is so bad. It is trash. You can't just not tell me. Like, why is it wrong? Like, what's the fucking issue? Because it's like... It's a different class, sure. But, like, it has a Dumbo drive now. Which is a solid core fission thermal class. And this is electromagnetic. So... it's not like a class thing. Chemical. Maybe it is a class thing? Huh? I think we're just gonna have to make new ships. I have 5 of this one, and it's just weird. It's got a Dumbo drive. The Dumbo drive is okay, I guess. Like a Dumbo 5 has 18 mil combat thrust. It does have 2 million thrust. But this one has 80 million, the Orion drive. All right, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna auto design. I don't know why it's not putting it as a 6 though. Because it pushes the cruise delta below 8.3. And then we have the monitor. He's putting a compact solid core fission reactor on that one. And it doesn't need a heatsink, I think. I don't know if it does. Also, why did it only put a targeting computer 1 on it? Whoops. And a magazine. But now I don't know if it counts as an update anymore, because I accidentally call monitor. Yeah, we can't replace a heatsink. Which means The only thing I could replace is... No, okay, we can't replace anything. So we literally cannot fit magazines on this thing. Which I guess will have to be okay. Why does this cost 2, by the way? I thought monitors only cost 1. What's causing it to cost more? Maybe they don't. No, they do cost 2. Though a destroyer also costs 2. And a frigate looks like this. I feel like the heatsink is what should have been removed here and replaced with a mag. We'll have to look at that later. Now here's the real question. So we have a fleet here. How do we retrofit it? Merge fleets. Resupply. Undock. Scuttle ships. Refit docked ship. Valid refit classes. Oh my god. This isn't worth doing, is it? I think it's better to just make new ships. I think it is better to just make new ships. And in that case, what would I make? Like, we have a destroyer here. Like, at what point are gunships, like, still worth having? Over, like, a corvette. This is what a corvette looks like. An escort looks like this. Gunship looks like this. Because this has a firing range of 550. That's a light rail cannon. An escort. I feel like an escort should look like this. Maybe. You just put 2 missiles on it. And then fuck it. There. Just like that. And then that should be targeting computer. And then that's just it. Don't bother with any armor on the sides. And just do this. I don't know what the roles really that matters. Defender, strategic range short, will limit propellant mass in favor of maneuverability. Preferred combat engagement range along. Does this matter, or is it only... Ship roles govern auto-design preference and how the ship behaves in combat when you turn control over to the AI. Oh no, you have to play combat? Oh, but... I think... Troop carrier. Interdictor. Will emphasize propellant for interplanetary operations. Or is that like controlling, making the AI control your ships? Bomber. Patrol. Railgun battery. 650 AM. Electron lance. Oh, I would have to replace... It would have to be like that. Damn. Yeah, you probably want to have point defense on almost everything. So that means if I want to have anything here, it pretty much has to be missiles. Which I guess, if you're going with missiles, having more missiles is better. Like, the more missiles you have for missiles, the better missiles are. Because it means more targets to shoot down. And here now, we don't need a battery for this. There's no way. Which means... With the Electron Lance, it does do damage, right? 80 MJ. No, 60 megajoule. 3 damage. What would something else do? Like a rail cannon. A rail cannon does 21 damage. So the Electron Lance is not for damage at all. It's just for disabling stuff, I think. So if we put a rail cannon on it instead, it actually considers the rail cannon to be less dangerous than the Electron Lance. 4 shots over 9 seconds. Cooldown 45 seconds. Salvo, inter-salvo cooldown. So this shoots this shoots every 30-second cooldown, but it shoots 4 shots over 9 seconds when it shoots, while the railgun shoots once every 45 seconds. Which, I'll be honest, that's fucking garbage. So the Electron Lance might be better just because of that. I'll be honest, I don't think it's worth to make any ships right now. I think we need better weapons. Like, the only thing we have is missiles. And the destroyer has a combat capacity of 19, even though, from what I understand, this is kind of bullshit. All right, let's relax on that. Man, that was like an hour. That took like an hour. So, do I have the shipyard? Yeah, we have the shipyard, right? So we should upgrade some of my space hubs at Earth into space docks. So, or into shipyards. Right? So we have solar collectors here. Which is upgradable. And the space dock also upgradable. Point defense, xenology lab, solar collector, quarters. So this thing has one shipyard. And it's got like 1,000 bullshit things. I'm gonna dismantle the xenology lab. I'm gonna dismantle the point defense array. Dismantle the xenology. Dismantle one of the quarters. I don't know why it has two. And then we'll get back to that. This is my research center. Then here, we'll do the same thing. Decommission all of the point defense bullshit. Upgrade 2 solar collectors. Upgrade the space dock. Whoops. Well, I guess I shouldn't have decommissioned the quarters, but you also can't undecommission it, it seems. Because this one actually only had one quarter. We'll have to build another quarters. Holy shit. This is extreme Earth orbit as well. Point defense, point defense. Point defense. We can have like one point defense thing on it. And upgrade that. And we have one quarter. And we should make another shipyard. This is Havelock Station. So we should apply that to... Here I have 2 layered defense arrays. But this is Sun-Earth orbit. These two. Havelock Station. That one. That one. One or more HABs will be short of energy once all modules are complete. No, it shouldn't be. Overwrite all existing. It's because this... Holy shit. Let's see. Shipyard, solar array, solar array, solar array. Shipyard. Layered defense array. And then we decommission this. Decommission this. We upgrade some more solar collectors. And then this station, again. Decommission some point defense arrays. Solar collector. Decommission point defense. Okay, fuck. All right, what are we doing? Need to kill aliens.
I'm here.
Daisy.
Your orders?
We need to take something back. Something was taken from us. Slovakia. Let's take it back.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready for orders.
Reporting in.
I'm here.
Where do you need me?
Go to ground. You don't need to go to ground, dude.
On Overwatch.
Where do you need me?
Italy. Is someone anywhere in my territories? No. This one, this Italy guy is the
Initiating
closest one, I
surveillance.
suppose.
What's the up?
Can we do anything? Federation. Croatia. This is Croatia. Croatia wants to federate.
I'm here.
Sure.
Ready for my mission. On my way to the capital. Offering support.
Nuclear-powered penetrator warhead torpedoes. Yes.
Setting a watch.
Allows construction of the following ship components. Athena, Torpedo Bay.
Surveillance complete.
Mission complete.
Federation. With Croatia. Can also do Moldova, apparently.
Score one for the good guys.
Darien Gap Road, Panama.
The opposition remains in power.
Oh, come on, man.
Standing by for orders.
At your service. Tracking target.
Ready to go.
India, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Pakistan. It's a lot of stuff to fight.
Taking it to them.
We have the resources to acquire Sigma rocketry. Is that good? Sigma rocketry. That's super crazy. Jesus Christ. Plus 11 military, found military, build army, build navy, space defenses, and energy research. This is super good. This is 14. Delphinus missiles in space. The FBI. Super expensive. But I can actually afford that. I can afford the FBI. Put it on Laura Just. Fortuna Intelligence Group. This is kind of bad. Let's see. Because the FBI gives 4 investigation, 2 espionage, and 2 security. Fortuna Intelligence Group only gives 3 investigation. But if we equip both, we'll have 23 investigation, which is huge. Then we can fit Wolfhound Forge Core in there. And someone would have to level up to fit the rest. She can fit Cadmus Solutions, that's security. There's so many good ones here right now. Sigma Rocketry. I feel like I would have to choose here. A lot of these small ones, I think, are kind of... Some of the small ones are really, really good, while some of them are just, like, a bit questionable. Two boost, one mission control. I don't know if this is actually good anymore. I feel like the 2 boost is super good early, but now it kind of doesn't do anything. Well, this gives you tons of stuff. Military science research bonus, energy research bonus. I'm gonna take military science, right? And then I actually have a slot free again. And pop in this Sigma Rocketry. Again, this one mission control. It is 1 ship, but it's a shitty ship. So it's like, is it actually worth it? Sparta Energy. So then if we pop in Sigma Rocketry, I think that might be good. But I might also have some levels here. Which I should have checked beforehand. If we do this, we now have max investigation. He now has max admin. This guy, I feel like he should just get security. You should get more admin. So should you. And then we have to go back and puzzle this stuff together again. He now has 2 there. This would overcap him. Life Regiment Hussars. Must be government, doesn't work. I'm just gonna give him some bullshit then. Liberty Semiconductors. Here, if we just move this up here, then we can maybe fit something here. Actually, let's do the other way around. Let's move this down to him. Stratos Research. And then we can give her the Life Regiment Hussars. Because it gives security and command. And she is... I use her for command quite a bit. Alright.
Securing our control.
Protecting our interests.
Offering assistance.
Powered fragmentation warhead torpedoes.
Person of interest surveilled.
Territorial Defense Battalions. Okay. Faros Drive. We should be making a Faros Drive, maybe. It's not what I was working towards, but it's very cheap research, and it's actually pretty... Well, was it actually what I was going for? Gas core fission reactor. Yeah, I think the Faros Drive is what I was going for now. Before I was going for the... Cavity Drive, right? $30 kps. It's 30 kps and 5.3 mil. 30 kps, 5.3. kps, 5.3. 25 kps, 14. The Faros Drive is better orbitally. So maybe I should have both a Faros Drive and a Cavity Drive. Because the advanced Cavity Drive is kind of far off, I think. It needs superconducting magnets, which is being researched. Oh, we'll see. Holy shit. I'm trying to figure out chips today. It's tricky.
We are in control now.
It's tricky. Hypergolic fueled nuclear torpedoes. The United States has ended their alliance with the Nordic Federation. Is he getting angry at me? We should take this. I wonder how
Ready for orders.
48% chance. That's not that bad, is it?
Ready.
A crackdown is investigation. So we should be able to do an investigation or a crackdown super easily here because she has 25 investigation now. So let's go and grab that. Defend Slovakia. Unify with Slovakia. Certainly.
Heading to the capital.
What else? Federation. Moldova. We have Bulgaria. Which we can federate with. But Roxanne is busy killing aliens.
Ready for orders.
Dorian will have to do this.
On my way to the capital.
There.
Making things safe for our people.
Project complete. Vapor core fission reactor. So now we have a 71% chance to unlock the cavity drive here. So let's research the... Not a pulsar drive. Wait, has it not unlocked yet? The Pharaoh's drive. That was it. Let's research a Pharaoh's drive.
We've hit them where it hurts.
Now we're taking all of Russia.
Policy direction complete.
Unification, Slovakia.
Policy direction complete.
Federation with Bulgaria.
Target secured.
Control point lost in Bulgaria. Wait, where is that? There.
Every child adores playing with magnets, yet most adults pay them no heed. Foolish, really, for one day they will become the very bedrock of our society.
Yeah,
Chancellor
magnet
Li Xinzhang,
technology.
Interview with Wired magazine.
Rollface. Electromagnetics have become the cornerstone of our technological progress, but as it becomes necessary to contain and direct ever greater forces, we in turn must generate far stronger magnetic fields. Our newly designed superconducting magnets operate very similarly to existing electromagnets, but have effectively zero resistance to electricity. No resistance means no heat generation and no energy loss. This efficiency means much more power, which, in practical terms, means magnetic fields should allow us to contain hydrogen without adding extra mass to our ship systems. The effect may even be strong enough to keep antimatter separate from matter. This is an important breakthrough in terms of meeting both our future power and weapon needs. The roadblock until now has been the requirement to keep such coils as low as minus 452 degrees Fahrenheit. But the creation of low footprint, affordable cryocoolers finally makes this plausible, even when space and weight is at a premium.
We've removed some threats.
Alright, we got Russia. Enemies suffer -2 on hostile takeover missions against us. Increase control point management. Ooh. Or control, yeah, whatever. More nuclear missiles. Alright. United States of America, under the control of the Academy and the European Union, have ended their alliance. Alright.
Your orders?
Defend interests in Russia.
Ready.
Standing by. Taking it to them.
At your service.
Where to?
Let's go back and take Bulgaria again.
We are taking power.
Ready for my mission.
What's the op?
There was another nation that was supposed to federate. I don't really know which one it is.
By.
But let's do that. There is some bullshit down here, right?
Eyes up.
Hello, counselor. In that case,
Where to?
she should investigate this guy. Or maybe not. Maybe we just investigated with Bobby. Oh shit. This is definitely an alien. Alright, well, in that case,
Acknowledged.
Lara has to investigate it,
Tracking target.
and you
Your
have to
orders.
defend interests.
Ready to go.
Standing by for orders.
Or maybe it wasn't an alien, it flew away.
Securing our control.
On Overwatch.
I have new information.
Xenoform Alpha
Prepping
12.
for next
Yep.
mission.
Alright.
Mission complete.
Federation with Moldova or Serbia? Doesn't matter. Let's federate with Moldova.
By the numbers.
Improved rail cannon. $32 damage. I just don't know if the rail cannon is actually like worth caring about that much. Ion cannon. Green arc laser cannon. Should I get the green arc laser cannon? Shot consumption 0.67 gigajoules. The cannon is the front, yeah, the nose mount, while the battery is on the side. It's a hull mount. The cannon is the more powerful one. Fission. I can't remember. I can't remember what I'm trying to do. Pegasus drive. The molten core leads to a Pegasus drive. Which seems good. But it only has a 16 kps exhaust velocity. It's kind of cheap. But Fission spinner drive. Fission reactor array. Molten salt fission reactor. Compact solid core fission reactor 2. Nemesis nuclear torpedoes. Okay, sure. Somehow I'm winning neutronics. Somehow.
Our associates are now in charge.
Unfortunately, he's in a home nation now.
Investigating target.
Acknowledged. Ready to go.
0% success
Ready for my
chance.
mission.
It might become easier once I
I have
identify him.
my side.
So let's give that a go.
Where to? We're going in.
Where to?
Standing by.
Reporting in.
Ready for my mission.
I'm here.
Your orders?
What's the op?
Still surveilled in
Target
Bulgaria. Actually, let's do a public campaign in Bulgaria. Might make
will
it harder
try to
for them
sway
to
the
take it
public.
back, but probably won't be.
Making things safe for our people.
It's because it's a
Person of interest surveilled.
2-point nation. It's so easy to
We'll be ready for new orders
take. Unfortunately, he went to India, which probably made him even harder. But yeah, he does have 25 security, which means we can't kill him in home territory. Pretty much at all, unless we roll a 0 or 1. Yeah, no, he actually has a 13% chance, but that's still low as shit. Especially since it costs 64 ops
Winning their
every time.
hearts and minds.
Alien abductions reported.
Target destroyed.
We have found something.
Federation, Serbia.
Ready for my mission. Going in hot.
Ready to go.
Where to?
Let's take Bulgaria.
Targeting the opposition.
Wait,
Reporting
wait,
in.
what did he take?
Standing by.
No, take Bulgaria. The one I have open.
Terminating the opposition.
Where to?
Ready.
Ready for my mission.
I'm here.
Ready for orders. Surveilling target.
Something like that.
Protecting our interests.
Offering counsel.
Got the shipyards.
We've got some intel on our target.
Because I feel like
Score one for the good guys.
if I go out into space and I start like attacking aliens, the aliens will start attacking me. And that means that if we attack, if I make a fleet and I go like over to Ceres or to even to like the moon and I attack ships around there, but let's say we go to Ceres or Mars, then they'll start attacking me around Earth, and I then need a fleet to actually be like an orbital fleet in Earth or at Earth to be able to deal with them. And my current orbital fleet is ass. It's so bad I should probably just scuttle the entire thing and just start over. But they could be like okay. Some of them are okay because some of them have the Orion drive, right? And I think those kind of work. But the ones that don't, Or I think I just fucked it up. They like these. Where does it? Why is there an empty thing and it doesn't actually show me its propellant? It's Dumbo 5. Yeah. I'm not really sure how that happened. So I was meaning to make all of them Orions. But I think I just fucked that up
At your
somehow.
service. Gear up.
Ready to go.
Standing by.
Your orders.
Ready for orders. We are going in.
Acknowledged.
What's the op?
Your orders? Initiating surveillance.
What's the op?
So we can federate with Serbia now.
Heading to the capital.
Making things safe for our people.
Protecting our interests.
Compact solid core fission reactor 2. The burner drive is good. Was it the burner drive I wanted to make? I don't know. I'm so confused. It's so hard to remember. Rapid shipbuilding.
I have new information.
As I was looking at the cavity, I was looking at... I don't even remember. Because I found new ones that looked like, yeah, this looks fine. And then now I don't remember anymore. Huh? Alright, good night, Jeno. We just have a battle here, apparently. I won't need to scuttle my guys, because they're going to get obliterated right now. So... add exofighters. I'm gonna launch all of my exofighters. Maybe we can do some damage. 271. Or 279. I assume all of my exofighters are just gonna get obliterated. But let's give this a try. It does add quite a bit. Like 100. Start battle. Space combat. The goal of any combat depends on the strategic situation. If you believe our fleet has the advantage, our goal would be to destroy the opposing fleet, or to force them to withdraw. If you do not like our odds, the goal may be to withdraw as many of our ships from the battle as possible. At the start of every space combat, you will decide the starting formation for our fleet. You can modify the fleet's formation to control the distribution of our ships. Selecting a suitable formation can have great effects on our chances for victory. Use these drop-down menus to configure our fleet's formation. A description of the overall formation will appear below. Use this drop-down Menu to change the distance between ships in the formation. The distance will be uniform across all ships in the fleet formation. Tight formations allow ships to defend one another, but may make maneuvering more difficult. Use this drop-down menu to change the shape that the ships in our fleet will be positioned in. Some shapes are better suited for fleets with more or fewer ships. Use these drop-down menus to concentrate certain types of ships in certain parts of the formation. For example, you can place our most heavily armored ships in the front or have our long-range combatants concentrated on one side. Adjust the slider here to change our fleet's velocity for the beginning of the combat. The fleet can begin combat traveling up to 650 MPS meters per second, or start at a standstill. The higher the initial velocity, the more delta V will be required to adjust away from the ship's initial trajectory. Once our fleet's formation is set, click on any two ships to swap their positions in the formation. Any further adjustments to the fleet's formation will reset these adjusted positions according to the formation configuration. If a space combat contains more than the maximum number of ships allowed in the game's performance settings, reinforcements will become available to one or both sides. Reinforcing ships will join during space combat or at a later time to replace active ships when they are destroyed. When configuring a fleet formation, reinforcing ships can be selected from the fleet list here. Click on a reinforcing ship and any ships already in the formation to swap them and include the reinforcing ship in the initial fleet formation. You can adjust the maximum number of ships that are active at the start of space combat in the gameplay settings. A maximum value of 30 will limit the combat to a total of 30 active ships at any time. Click this button once you have finished configuring the fleet formation to begin space combat. Height. Line. Staggered. Where are my ships, bro? These are my ships. Convoy. There's gotta be a go up and go down button, right? This is crazy. Initial velocity. Cloud. Right echelon. Chevron. Is there any point in like a chevron? They're not horses. Double chevron, triple chevron. Arrowhead. Line. High wall. I think I'll do something like that. That makes the most sense to me, more or less. Wedge. Quads. Quints. Walk. Cloud. Let's do a great wall. High wall. What was this? Dispersed center. Long-range combatants in the center. Long-range combatants to the front. Long-range combatants at the edges. I mean, I want fat guys in the middle. Let's... Archers. Largest ships. Center. Yeah. Alright, well, they're going to get obliterated, so YOLO. Per Sir Isaac Newton, an object in motion stays in motion, unless acted upon by an outside force. This holds true for ships in space combat. Ships maintain their momentum, and with no air resistance or surface friction to slow them naturally as they would on Earth, they will continue on their trajectory unless they use their engines to thrust. This allows for clever maneuvers to be pulled by savvy commanders, but inexperienced commanders can create furball situations where ships end up scattered and drifting across the battle space. Keep momentum in mind to avoid being picked apart by your enemies. We can control the movement of our ships by manipulating their waypoints. A waypoint represents a ship's position, rotation, and velocity in some amount of time into the future. Ships will move from waypoint to waypoint sequentially in the red waypoint. Does any of this matter? Almost? I feel like you just go forward and shoot. At least in the beginning. I don't think there's much you can do other than go forward and shoot. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. Damn, they're actually really close. What the fuck? I've never seen them be this close before. It's a lot of missiles. There's no way those are making it through the point defense. There's no way. Here comes the point defense. There's no way. Holy shit. That's a lot of point defense. Holy shit. They didn't make it past the point defense. So, what are my ships doing? They are moving in. Panel contains all the information about the friendly ship. Ramming speed, disengage, special maneuvers. Oh my fucking god, dude. I'll be honest, like I said before, in a game like this, I don't want this kind of gameplay. I'm going to press AI control. I do not want Total War gameplay in a grand strategy game at all. Not even for a second. But that's just me. Now the issue is that there's like 1,000 different AI scripts and you have no idea what they're doing either. So it's like just as complicated to leave it to the AI as just playing it yourself. I just feel like they should be moving in, right? But like, how do you do that? Group commands. I literally cannot figure out how to make them move. Right click doesn't do anything. Set primary target. Launch missile salvo. Extend radiators. Retract radiators. Focus fire posture. Attack posture. Balanced posture. Defensive posture. Fortified posture. Special maneuvers, port spin, all stop, defensive maneuvers. How do I literally, I read the fucking tutorial. How do I make them move forward? How do I place a waypoint? Oh, what was that? Oh. Oh. What's this? Wait, what was that? There's a thing? So I drag? I click it and I drag. This is now the waypoint. It's got a red one that's pointing forward. Is that the current one? What does that mean? Oh, shit. Oh, okay, so that's the speed. Maybe. Hello? Where'd they go? Yeah. Let's move forward. There we go. I'm a little interested in seeing how fast they move. Because now these are all exo fighters. So set primary target. How can I make them move towards that target? Bro, just attack some guy. Offensive weaponry set to focus fire on primary target. Attack. And then handle movement yourself. Huh? Like, I don't get it. Did they kill all of my exo fighters? I think they did. The issue with not having lasers is that you can't tell when they're shooting. I don't know if they're doing anything. I mean, they're dying. That's doing something, right? I see little bullets flying. All right. I don't feel like there's any reason to have this be this low. Like, it's not even running poorly. This could be like 100. I feel like. All right. So. That didn't go that well. The aliens may be strong, but they're not invulnerable. Aliens defeated in space battle. Was that what you got from that? Aliens defeated in space battle? Did I kill a ship? I don't think I killed a ship. Or did I? But see, these are 800. So at this point, I feel like unless I can put together a fleet that has like 800, there's no point in putting together a fleet. And I really don't think we can do that. It's 19 is still like the best I can do. Rail cannon has 15. $19. Well, 14. Well. No. We need like green arc lasers. Or there's any point in doing anything.
Policy direction complete.
The LZ is secure.
Target secured.
What we're doing is dangerous. People are going to get sick or hurt. It would be madness to pretend otherwise. The best thing we can do is ensure our failsafes are simple enough that even the least skilled among us can implement them under the worst of circumstances. Director Khalid Al-Ashqar, Project Exodus Medical Briefing.
Space is hell on the human body. Microgravity stresses our bodies to a near breaking point, and that is even before taking into account the sheer complexity of treating unexpected illness or injury within a cramped and closed environment with finite resources. When the human body no longer has to fight against Earth's gravity, it will suffer reduced muscle mass, strength, and aerobic capacity. Exercise can mitigate this, but cannot address the weakening of our bones, and the risk of even a slight impact causing terrible breakage. Fortunately, we have now made great strides in addressing the bone density issue, where previously calcium supplements to re-strengthen bones carried too high a risk of causing kidney stones. A breakthrough in slow-release subcutaneous capsules has been proven to keep bones sturdy, even over months-long flights, and without side effects. The efficacy over years or even decades is another matter, but in combination with targeted strength-building exercise regimen and future refinements to the treatment, we're confident of solving both this and other such problems. Hypergolic penetrator warhead missiles. Alright. But yeah, we need... We need weapons. Horus drive. After that, we have to do laser cannon, maybe. Green arc laser cannon. 1 hard point. Yeah. I don't really know what the play is with missiles either, because, as we saw, I couldn't make it past their point defense. So, what is the play there? Does it just boil down to missile speed? Because the missiles I have now, this one has a delta V of 13, 12. The Nemesis has a 10 kps, 9 kps. Because I feel like we were pretty close, kind of. So if the missiles were twice as fast, we would probably have been able to land some of them, right? But I feel like there's also like a critical mass where you need to overwhelm them to some degree. And I feel like if you're going to use missiles at all, you need to reach critical mass, which means you need to have a shitload of small missile boats with you just to fire missiles. And those should not... that should be the one with the 2 hard points, and you should not put point defense on it. I think something like that makes sense. Ion cannon. God damn. This is rough. This is hard. Alright, what are we doing? The other factions are ahead of us in developing powerful warships. Yes, because they all just exploded, bro. Relax. Alright, so right now, we really just need to chill, I think.
Where do you need me?
Ready for orders.
Ready for orders. I'm here.
Yeah, there's not much to do at the moment. Stop going to ground, bro.
We'll make our appeal.
Securing our interests.
Securing our interests.
I will help them. Offering support.
New project available. Vapor Core Fission Reactor 2. Vortex Drive. Thin Droplet Radiator. Someone said that was good. East Garden Genetics acquired by the Protectorate. Alright, sure, whatever. They only take the ones that are ass, for the most part. Have module complete.
The people will come to our side.
Cyclotron. That's a thing.
Here's what we found.
The Irish Navy launches. One shipyard. Two shipyard. We add a third shipyard. Low Earth orbit. Yeah. Then we have 23. These are solar arrays. Where did the solar mirror research go? And how do you make a solar mirror? Is that something you have to like deploy? Here? Like founding a platform or something, I don't know. Right? Augmenting surface solar power. I see. So it can't be built around Earth. Oh, I see. You need to build it on a station. Around something in space, and then it powers up the ground hubs. Habs, that's what they're called. Okay, I see. Alright, Russia can now federate with Czechia and Germany. So let's do both in one turn, right?
Time to make our move.
Ready.
Reporting in. On my way to the capital.
Your orders? Taking it to them.
Acknowledged. Heading to the LZ.
Ready for orders.
I'm here.
Ready for my mission.
Where do you need me?
Right? And there's nothing we can federate with here. I don't own Romania or Portugal. And we don't want to federate the EU with Russia. Because I want to grow Russia with Czechia and Germany. Project complete, Faroes Drive. Vapor Core Fission Reactor 2 has been automatically selected. Okay, so we have a Faroes Drive now. Is that something I want to actually use? It likes the Faroes Drive. Is it actually better? No, but it's on par for combat thrust. It's worse. It's got a worse exhaust velocity, but it doesn't use nuclear power. It doesn't use fissiles. Oh, we can go up. That way it's better. But it doesn't necessarily need to be. This is a destroyer. This could have 2 laser cannons instead of the point defense. But that would kind of imply that you would need to have point defense on something nearby. And I think the solution, instead of neglecting the point defense, is to just research a bigger ship. Here you could have 2 lasers instead of 3 point defense. But yeah, the monitor... Maybe the monitor is a better rocket barge. Because it costs, like, better than the escort. Because the escort can have 2, right? And it costs 1. But a monitor would be... It has the same amounts of rockets, right? But because it's bigger, we can fit targeting computer, ECM, and a magazine, and we don't need a heatsink on a rocket barge. Correct? So it costs 166 metal each. It's actually very expensive in noble metal. I could make 27 ships like this. The nanotube armor actually uses noble metal. So maybe it would be better to just chill out on it and like not like giga. Go overboard too much? I'm not sure. Yeah.
Lending my expertise.
Lending my expertise.
But I feel like the
Offering
aliens
support.
are just gonna keep getting worse and worse as well when it comes to like how big their troops are and how... I don't know if their tech goes up too, but... Czech's military planners had suggested buying hardware from the Netherlands to bolster its forces. While simple in theory, it is unknown whether the budget committee would approve of the purchase. Furthermore, even if they did approve, the Netherlands may not be willing to sell. In either case, we could try to grease the wheels of the deal. Request a full transfer of the Netherlands' latest hardware. 20k. Czechia gains 0.2 to its military tech level. Netherlands will invest in 3 economy priorities. Education in Czechia changes by 01. All right, I guess let's just pay the money.
Mission complete.
I feel like in order to push into space, you need to have like a really good plan. Let's see, this is Russia. Russia wants to federate with Germany. The Eurasian Union, yes.
Mission complete.
And federate with Czechia.
By the number.
The Eurasian Union. Because I feel like there's like a bare minimum that you would need to be able to actually challenge the aliens properly. And I don't know where that is. Like maybe it's the first arc laser or something. And like tons of missiles. Nanotube armor. Tons of monitors with missiles. Some destroyers with maybe infrared arc lasers or something. I'm not sure. But like the first ships, gunship, escort, corvette, there's no way these are worth messing with at all. I mean, gunships, I don't know, maybe. I guess it really depends on what your nose hardpoint is, because they're cheap, right? They are. So maybe it could be worth having a bunch of gunships. Just cheap ones. I would say it's the mission control that's the tricky part. Oh, you can change the sign? Okay. Light railgun. Strategic range medium, strike, interceptor. What? I put it on interceptor, hit auto design, and then I clicked Click to automatically assign a role based on the ship's characteristics, and it switches to patrol? The patrol doesn't even look like the patrol, like it doesn't even look the same. It had different armor. Yeah, it has different armor. And it has a different drive. Ugh, come on, bro. Oh my god. Penetrator. Pulsed plasmoid drive. Combat acceleration 1 milli-Gs. What's a penetrator? Will emphasize propellant for interplanetary operations. Ah, makes sense. Protector. Emphasize propellant for interplanetary. Okay. Interdictor. Intruder. Bomber. Strike. So anything above striker is meant for long range or long range travel, and anything below it's for interplanetary stuff or for orbital stuff, defense. Holy shit. This is hard. But I think that's it for today. I have some stuff I gotta do. And I'm tired. This game drains your brain a lot. Anyway. We'll continue some other day. And we'll see if we can figure out some ships. But yeah, I am stuck in terms of offense. Because like the railgun is literally like the first thing you can get. So just having the railgun is just not great. Infrared arc laser cannon. Like what is the damage value here? 10 damage. Two hard points. 15 damage. And then if you look at a railgun, an improved rail cannon actually does 32 damage. So is a rail cannon better? What about a regular rail cannon? 21 damage. But it's a 45-second cooldown. Improved rail cannon is 32 on a 30-second cooldown. Infrared arc laser 15 on a 20-second cooldown. While a green laser is 15 on a 20-second... Oh, what? Wait, hold on. It's also our armor effectiveness. 57%. While a rail cannon has... It doesn't have a value. Which means it's 100%. Right? It doesn't lose efficiency over range. Which is to its advantage and to its disadvantage, I guess. Because that means we're doing 32 damage to armor, 100%. Meanwhile, a green arc laser cannon is doing 15 damage against armor, which is stripped to almost half its efficiency at 600. And it's got a range of 900. But that does mean that lasers kind of need you to be able to close the gap, I think, right? Hmm. Yeah. Anyway, we'll stop there for today. Until next time. Thanks for hanging. Have a good night. Bye-bye.